Hey guys, it's me Kush with a different kind of video. Because I'm always reviewing things and love to share my thoughts, I decided to make this video. Since the Hasbro Cinematic Universe is here and to celebrate 100 years of Hasbro, what better way to express my thoughts and give my most wanted series for the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. One thing I should say is that while I do have business ideas, this is more for a series I'd want to see get added. I'm also going to explain how I think they can join the cinematic universe. For starters, I should say it's no surprise G.I. Joe is the first to join this Transformers movieverse. This is not just because of the multiple crossovers both series have already had, but G.I. Joe is a huge franchise that's one of Hasbro's big three. Starting by just adding G.I. Joe is too perfect not to miss. While Hasbro has a giant library of popular series, I won't be going through all of them. I'm suggesting series not just for my personal ones, but ones I think can fit if done well. Another thing I should point out is that I'll only be covering series I know a decent amount about. Since I have no experience and know pretty much nothing about Magic the Gathering, I won't be covering that in this video. Let's begin with a very iconic series of theirs. This is more of a joke one, but I think it can work. My idea is the Monopoly Man is the mayor of a city the heroes come by most often. He should be helpful, but also full of himself to give a realistic depiction of politics. I don't think he should play a major role, but he does appear every now and then. He won't be a Kingpin / Wilson Fisk kind of antagonist, but he'll still support while also causing problems for the heroes. Up next, we have Battleship, the board game I think we all played as a kid. Okay, so the 2012 film was a mess, but that still doesn't mean it can't get a movie adaptation. My idea is Battleship is an elite Navy division of the American government made to face the worst threats at sea. They have a long relationship with G.I. Joe who contact Battleship to join the team they're building. Battleship accepts the offer and does most of the work fighting enemies at sea. This can also lead to great upgrades from the Joes and Autobots for the battleships. Well, ships. The next series I talk about are far more likely to join the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. They'll also probably be the easiest to add due to their adaptations and how the toys work. I'm sure many of us grew up with Nerf, meaning we know it'll feel right at home in the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. They could be a special force trained in guns, swords, etc. to take on missions to protect the world. The Joes recruit Nerf because they've had a long relationship with them and normal people don't know about Nerf. Nerf is also needed to help protect the world from more powerful villains, so they join the Autobots, Joes, and whoever else is part of it. I can totally see the Nerf Force playing sports in their free time, not just for their friendship, but to reference the sports side of Nerf. I suggest the creative team takes inspiration from the Wii games. That's smart not only for nostalgia, but it'll give them ideas for both the story and the characters. The next three I talk about are no doubt the best suited for this universe. I'm also pretty sure they're the most wanted franchises to join the cinematic universe Hasbro is creating. Up next is the series Hasbro's been using non-stop ever since purchasing, Power Rangers. I'm aware Hasbro has had ups and downs in their era of Power Rangers, but that doesn't mean they can't improve. Also, with the creative team involved with the Hasbro Cinematic Universe, I'm sure they'll know what to do. My idea is after the Rangers become big heroes in their world, the Autobots contact Zordon to ask them to join. The Rangers join the team, but only as part-time members due to different important goals. They'll also stay in America more often as the Autobots and Joes fight internationally. As for which team they'll use, the studio will probably go with Mighty Morphin for nostalgia, popularity, and if the universe is still based in the 90s. If they want to go for a more Earth-based season, I suggest Lightspeed Rescue, Wild Force, or Time Force. They can also bring in more teams as the cinematic universe starts getting more successful. Rangers from seasons like In Space and Lost Galaxy can tag along the Autobots for extraterrestrial missions. Seeing the Zords fight alongside the Autobots and Joe's vehicles will be any little boy's dream come true. Maybe the mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder, and or Dino Fury Zords can team up with the Dinobots for a dinosaur rush. I can also picture an epic battle between a Megazord and Devastator. D&D. This is something I think will not only attract a bunch of people, but will stand out within this cinematic crossover. Something I should say is I'm not an expert on the Dungeons & Dragons franchise. This means I won't say too much because I want to avoid upsetting fans, but I'll still be respectful. However, I have seen the 2023 film and I loved it. I think the development team should use the same versions as the 2023 movie because it'll probably fit the theme of the universe best. As for how they'll join, Edgin and his team find magic that brings them into their future, present time for the other characters. This is where they meet the other teams already assembled in the world. Seeing they're needed, the heroes of D&D stay with the group but still return to their time period to help there. The Middle Ages is also their home, so of course they'll want to return. I'm aware the movie wasn't a box office hit, mainly due to it being released at a bad time between John Wick 4 and the Mario movie, but it still made decent numbers on digital and streaming. The MCU also started with most of its films not doing super well, and despite that, the first Avengers still became a major success that led to one of the highest grossing film series. Hasbro and Paramount can follow this same formula to cause future films to make more money. We now reach the final series on this list. It may seem kinda silly, but it can work when you think about it. And since we already have 2 out of Hasbro's big 3, we can't forget the third one. My Little Pony is not just one of Hasbro's big 3, but its gigantic fan base will guarantee success if done how fans want. Time for how the ponies will join, and I've got a great idea. After they're giving an entire movie in Equestria, which will probably be fully animated, 1 or 2 of the main 6 are sent to Earth at the end of the film. When there, the Autobots meet the ponies, showing they aren't the only beings from a different world. With Unicron coming, the ponies decide to bring more heroes from Equestria to Earth to help defend it. It'll be kinda like the Sonic films that since are also made by Paramount, this should be done well. I'm fully aware animation is far more fitting, but that still doesn't mean MLP can't get the live action / CGI hybrid treatment. They'll no doubt use G4 for its impact on the franchise and the popularity it's gained. However, since they've added the Autobots and Maximals, they'll most likely want to find a way to bring in other gens. It'll probably be a multiverse crossover like what Marvel and DC does. Who knows? Maybe they'll go the Equestria Girls route and make the ponies become humans when they arrive on Earth, or use both the pony and human versions. Transformers and My Little Pony have already had crossovers that fans ended up loving. I'm sure they were partially jokes, but these still show both series can work together. If they can work here, then they can work for a big Hasbro crossover. As for the name of the team, that I'm not sure of. The Hasbro seems a little too simple and kinda excludes the female members. If all goes well, this cinematic universe can be a smash hit. It'll also improve Hasbro's media views and merchandise sales by a ton. People who weren't super into one franchise can become bigger fans thanks to the cinematic universe too. Thank you so much for watching! Are there any series you'd add that I didn't mention? Also, would you add/change something to what I said here? Please leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Don't forget to tell me ideas for my show in the comments below or to the email shown on screen. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day.